Okay, today we're going to look at solving problem 8.2.6. So example 12. Right. So the first question, the masses of a group of 6 students has a mean of 40 kg and a standard deviation of 3 kg. Find the sum of masses of the student. Okay, so this one is you want to find this sum of x, right? Okay. Go on. Okay, so you want to find the sum of the student, and then this one, find the sum of the masses of the student. That is sum x squared. Okay, so as you know, it's given mean, right? So mean and standard deviation. So you need to remember the formula. Okay, mean is bar x equals to sum at sigma, right, of x divided by n. So you substitute into it. So mean is 40. So this is what we want to find. And then a group of 6 students, therefore n is 6. So the sum of the data is 6 times 40. So you have 240. Okay. Right. So we have our sum of masses of the student. Then the second, we want to find the sum of the squares of the masses of student. So we need to use standard deviation. So we use the formula for variance. Right, so this is sigma square, so the meaning standard deviation square. So it's given 3, right? So we substitute in 3 square. So this one we don't know. And then we know our n is 6. And then our mean is 40, right? So 40 square. Therefore, we have the sum of x squared. If we rewrite everything, right? So it become 9 plus 4, 1600. Right? 40 square is 1600. Then you move right. Okay, so you get this. So if you want to do proper, right? Okay. So what we do is, okay. So what we do, right? So we plus 40 square here, plus 40 square here. So you get eventually you get this one. You cancel out each other. So you get sum of x squared over 6 equals to 3 squared plus 40 squared. So you get 1609. Therefore, the sum of x squared is 6 times 1609. So you get your answer. Okay. So it's 9654, right? So the answer is 9654. Okay. So this is number 1. Right. So number 2, a group of 6 students also with a total mass of 240 kg, and the sum of square is 9654. So we need to change all the wording sentence into maths equation first. So n is 6. Total sum is ex, right, equals to 240. Then the sum of square, so is 9654. So we put in a is, what's the mean? So is 240 divided by 6. So you get 40, right? B, you want to find the standard deviation. So standard deviation is 9654 divided by 6, then minus by 40 square, and then you square root it. So you should get the answer 9654 divided by 6 minus 40 square. Then you square root it, you get 3, right? So actually 1 and 2 is the same, right? Okay. right? Then we go to number 3. Okay, number 3 is to find the combined standard deviation of the combined groups of pupils. So it's given to you group A and B, and then the number of students, the mean, the variance. So we want to find the combined standard deviation, meaning that, right? We want to find the combined standard deviation. So I need to find the sum of x for A square plus the sum of x square for B, and then total numbers, and then minus the sum of x A plus the sum of x B divided by the n, and then square. So this is what we want to find. So we want to find this, right? And then also n. So n, I can see here, n is 18 plus 12 lah, 30. So our n is 30. Okay. So now we want to find one by one. So the first thing, okay, the mean is sum of the data divided by n. So I want to find the sum of x is the mean, that is 52 for A. We are looking at A now. So n is 18, mean is 52, the variance is 2.5. So we put in 52 times 6. Okay, so 52 times 6. So you get 312. Okay, 312. Sorry. About this is variance. Okay, so symbol for variance. So you put 2.5 in. Then the sum of x squared divided by 18 minus the mean. Mean is 52, right? 52 square. So you will get the sum of x squared. All right, so you this complete a bit of multiplication. So you get 18 times 52 square plus 2.5 lah. Okay, so you get your answer. So I'll write off this first. Okay, so you use your calculator. Okay, 18 times 52 square plus 2.5. So it's 48717. Okay, so this is the sum of x squared. So I will put a symbol here for A. This is A. Okay, then we go to B. So the B is the same. Right, the n is 12 now, so is we want to find the sum of x. Okay, for B is the mean multiplied by the n, right? So this one, how to get this formula is from the original formula. Huh? So remember, want to find the sum of x, you just mean times the n, right? So this one is no need to remember this, just remember the formula for mean. So you get 56 times 12. So you get 672. Then we do the same for the sum of square. So now is 1.8. Okay. So we write down the formula first. So this is what we want to find. So we put in 1.8. This one we don't know. We know this is 12 minus 56 square. So therefore, our sum of x squared will be 12 times 1.8. So 12 times 56 square plus 1.8. So you get All right, again, I check again. It is 6 square plus 1.8. So it's 37653.6. Okay, so we put into the formula, this formula again. So this is combined, right? So this A plus B. So we put in, this is 3, right? So we put in 4817, 48717. Okay, plus, then you divide it by 12 plus 18, then you plus the total sum for 312, oh, plus, sorry, 672, then you divide it by 30, then square, okay? So you will get your answer. Okay, this is square root, remember? All right, so 48717 plus 37653.6 divided by 30, then minus 312 plus 672 divided by 30, and then you square. Right, and then you square root it. So you get 42.46. Okay. So this is the standard deviation for the combined group A and group B. So remember, this is the formula. Okay. So it's the same as the formula for standard deviation, just that we need to add the two sum of x squared for A and B. And then the mean also, we add the sum of the total data for A and B, right? And then divided by total number of data lah. So if A is 18, here is 18, and then B is 12, so you might plus, you add it together, it's become 30. Right, so this is how you find the combined mean for two set of data. If three set of data, also the same lah. Three set of data, you just find three sets of sum of data and three set of sum of square data, right? Okay, so we go to the next one. Which one is more consistent? So this one is 2 marks question. So we look at it. So you can see, first thing we look at the mean. Okay, the mean, if you look at the mean, you will say, oh, 5 gamma and 5 beta are more better class, right? But when you see most consistent, we will look at the standard deviation. So standard deviation is the lowest, standard deviation is the best, the most consistent. So therefore, 5 omega. Why? Because the standard deviation is 1, right? And the lowest among the 3 classes. Okay, so remember, if standard deviation is 1, that means the marks will be +1 and -1 from the mean, right? So that means 5 omega will get 7. You can predict the mark is roughly 71 and 69. But for 5 gamma, you see the standard deviation is 4, right? Therefore, the marks will be between 71 and 79. So we see plus and minus. So you can predict this one is 71 to 79. So this one is very predictable. It's either 69 to 71. This one is plus minus 2. So you can see here is 73 until 77. So you can see the big gap here. So if you minus this one is the 8 here, this one is 2 lah. This one is 4, right? So this means 5 omega is more consistent, right? But in the exam, you just write 5 omega, 1 mark, and then y. Then the standard deviation is the lowest, okay? All right, number 5, the set of data consists of 5 numbers. The sum of the numbers is 60 and the sum of square is 800. So this one is very easy question, right? So what we do is we want to translate into equation first. So the number of data, 5, sum of x is 60, sum of x squared is 800. So we want to find the mean, very easy. Mean is the sum of x over the total data. So you have 60 divided by 5, so it's 12. Then B, standard deviation. So usually I find the variance first. So it's sum of x squared over n minus the mean squared. So you put in the value in 800 divided by 5 minus the mean 12, right? 12 squared. So 800 minus 5 minus 144. So you get 651. But our standard deviation is square root of 651. So you get 25.51. Okay, so that's so simple, right? Okay. Then we go to number 6. Okay, number 6. If you can see, number 6 is a bit different. Is that? There's a set of examination marks from x1 to x2 and to x12. So it doesn't give you the sum, the total number of marks. So therefore, you have to look at the marks given. See, you see the notation here, 1, 2 until 12. That means our n is 12. Okay, so the difference number 6 and number 5 is number 5, the total number of data is given. Number 6 is not given. So you have to find out from the listing of the data. Okay, so it's n is 12, the variance is 40, and the sum of x squared is 1080. So find the mean. Okay, so how to find the mean? So we are not given this, right? So we cannot use the formula this side, sum of x divided by n. So this one we cannot use, right? So these two we cannot use, right? So better rub it off. So we have to use variance. Oh, sorry. So variance is 40. The sum of x squared is given, right? 1080. So we use this formula, variance. So we have this 40. Our sum, we have 1080. Our n, we have 12. And our mean, we don't know. That's why we want to find out. So, okay. So, okay. Sorry for the disturbance. So, if you do it properly, okay. Okay, so for 1080, so it's 90, right? So you get 40 equals to 90 minus the mean squared, okay? So if you rewrite, so this one, right? So you get 90 minus 40, so you get 50, right? The mean, sorry, I used the wrong symbol here. Okay, so this is mean square, so mean square. So the mean is square root of 50, right? Square root of 50. So it's 7.071. Right? 7.071 on, let me wrap off, 7.071. Okay, now we want to find the sum of x. Oh, so easy, right? So we have our mean already. So our mean is square root of 50. So equals to the sum of x over 12. So the sum of x is 12 times square root of 50, right? So therefore it's 12 times square root of 50 is 84.52. Sorry, 84.85. Okay, so this is our the sum of x, right? The sum of x squared is given, right? So you put into the formula. So let me check again. Let me repeat. Right? Sum variance 40. The sum of x squared 1080 divided by total number of data 12 minus mean square. So you get 1080 divided by 12, 90. So you plus mean square, then minus 40, right? So you get mean square equals to 90 minus 40, you get 50. Therefore, the mean is square root of 50, that is 7.071. Then B is, we want to find the sum of x. So sum of x over 12 is the mean. So from here, right, sum of mean is sum of x over n. So this one is 12, this one is square root 50. So the sum of x is 12 times square root 50 is 84.85, right? This is B number 6. So number 7, a set of data consists of a 12 positive number, okay? Therefore, our n is 12. Then is given this, right? The sum of x minus mean square. So this one is another alternative of to find variance, right? The variance is the sum of x minus mean square over n. This is the alternative, right? So that's mean alternative way to find variance, right? So this one seldom asked, but you need to know. So this one you just put in the form value 600, then you divide it by 12. That is your variance, right? So you get 50, right? So this one is 50. Then we want to find the mean, right? So the mean, so we need to use the other formula, the second formula, that is variance is the sum of x squared divided by the total number of n minus the mean, right? So this one we want to find. So we put in the value in 50. The sum of x squared 1032 divided by 12 positive numbers and then mean square. Okay, so therefore our mean square is 1032 divided by 12, 86, right? Then you minus 50, so you get 36. So the mean will be square root of 36, that is 6, all right? So that is your answer. So for A and B, right? So remember the alternative formula, right? So this one I think we have discussed already. Maybe you forget, so there are two, yellow and green formula for variance. Okay, number 8. Now table shows the sum and the sum of squares of x, where x is the monthly income in RM of Mr. Albert for the first 6 months of the year of 2012. A, find the standard deviation of this monthly income. Okay, standard deviation of monthly income. So we use the formula square root of sum of x squared divided by n minus the sum of x over n squared, right? So we put in all the value. The sum of x squared is, right, 24975,000 divided by 6 months. Then you find the mean. So mean is not given, but it's already given 12240. The sum of x divided by 6, then you square. Okay, so then we'll get your standard deviation. So let's see, 24,975,000 divided by 6, and then you minus 12240 divided by 6 and square. So you get 900, right? Square root of 900. Therefore, our standard deviation is 300. All right. So this is standard deviation. So B, if Mr. Albert's sons give him 500 every month during that period, from 6 period, right? That's mean from within the 6 months. Find the new mean and new standard deviation of his income, right? So this one, when you see, you remember measure of dispersion, okay? Measure of dispersion, okay? So how many type of measure of dispersion? So you should know now, okay? I give you 5 seconds to think. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's range, IQR, and standard deviation, right? So measure of dispersion, if you multiply and divide, it will affect, okay? If we divide by this, then our range will be K, let's say R lah. This one is K IQR. This one is K standard deviation. And variance will be K square like this. This is variance. Okay? So when you add 500 per month, that means it won't affect the measure of dispersion. Okay? So that means our new mean standard deviation is still 300, but our mean will be affected. Okay? The mean is measure of central tendency. Okay? So it's mean, median, and mode. So with this one, you plus, minus, multiply, divide. So it will affect, right? So you plus, okay, let's say you plus A multiply K. So the mean is plus A multiply K. So it will follow. That means our mean, okay, so our new mean is, okay, so 500, right? You plus 500 per month. So plus the mean 12240 divided by 6. This is mean. So you can see here. So we use a calculator, 500 plus 12240 divided by 6. So you get 2540. Okay. So that means if the median, let's say the new median, so new median is median, the old median is plus 500. Mode also the same. New mode will be mode, old mode plus 500. Okay, so this one is to refresh what you have learned in lower form, measure of the central tendency. So if we multiply K with plus A, then multiply K, then it's K times mean plus A, or K times median, Q2 plus A. If mod, just write mod, mod plus A, mod plus A times K. If you multiply A times K after that, right? So you have to read the question carefully. Right, so this is your answer. Mean will definitely increase. You plus 500, the mean also plus 500, but the standard deviation will remain the same, right? If you plus 500, so it won't affect. So let's go to the number 9. Okay, there are 11 questions. A set of data consists of 10, so our n must be, you must know what's n. N is 10. So the sum of the numbers 150, so 150. So sum of square is 2472. Okay. Find the mean and variance of the 10 numbers. So A mean, so it mean is 150 divided by 10, so it's 15. The variance, Okay, sorry, variance. So it's sum of x squared divided by n minus the mean square. So the sum of x squared is 2472, then divided by 10 minus the mean 15 square. So you will get 2472 divided by 10 minus 15 square. So it's get 22.2. Okay, B. If you add a number into the set of data, the mean increased by 1. Okay, what's the value of this number? Okay, so increase by 1. Okay, that's mean if I x the original x, we plus number a divided by the set of data is 11, then equivalent to 16. All right, so you get the sum of x is original one, 150. So okay, 150 plus a equals to 16 times 11. So your a should be minus 150. So you get 26. Okay, so we stop here for a while. All right, so we continue number 10 later on.